So, I'm Robert. If you could just tell me your name and where you live in Frome, roughly.
Alexia, Lundres and Portway.
How long have you lived in Frome?
Oh, since 2014, so 6 years.
Do you feel safe living in Frome?
I'm very safe, yes.
Nowhere you would avoid going at night or on your own?
Well, I have kids, so I don't get out very much at night. But when I do get out at night, no, there's nowhere I really wouldn't go. No.
So when you think about danger in Frome, what are you thinking of? So I said, you say you feel safe.
I do feel safe.
But you must have done a kind of mental checklist of the dangers that don't exist. So what was your checklist?
Well, I used to live in London when I was younger, and I was very much aware of everything around me. And I don't feel that way in Frome. It's quite quiet. I don't think, when I do go out late at night, there's nothing really around. No, I think the only thing to sort of be cautious of is maybe like some youths. But I don't think they cause me any bother really. They're just having fun. I don't think there's anything to be afraid of in Frome.
So when your point of comparison is London, Frome is a very safe place.
Very, very safe place, yeah.
So one of the interesting things about asking people a very open question
Yeah.
is about safety, is people's replies reflect the danger that's foremost in their minds.
Yeah.
So you get very different responses. So
Yeah.
people with dogs are thinking about dog napping.
Right.
Vulnerable people think about people not wearing face masks. People with young kids think about traffic safety. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of different ways you could be unsafe, I suppose. So thinking about it in that broader context, I'll ask the question again about how safe you think Frome
Yeah.
is.
Well, even so, I mean, as I said, I have kids. I don't worry about traffic safety. I think it's quite safe. I don't think about them being vulnerable to drugs, although I'm sure it exists. I think my kids are safe. I've got a 14-year-old boy. I don't worry about him. I think he feels safe, and I think the schools are good. I think they educate the children as to what's out there. So yeah, I think it feels quite safe. Yeah, it feels like a nice sort of, in a way, almost too comfortable town.
So you've been here for 6-7 years now.
Yeah.
What have you seen it change in that time? Even
Busier, more people from London moving in. I think if you listen to older residents or people who've been here older, more than me, you feel that they feel the influx of people from London and from the southeast, and people coming into the Frome, and in a way, I think you feel resentment perhaps in it maybe being a bit more trendy than it used to be. But I think economically that helps the town, so it's a difficult situation to be in. But yeah, I mean, we moved here for work reasons, so we had a reason to move out here from. It was Hertfordshire actually. I moved from London to Hertfordshire and Hertfordshire to here, so it was a bit of a leap. But yeah, it did feel a quieter move for us. But we liked the idea of Somerset, and as I said, it was a work move, so we had no choice in that really.
and if you were to describe to an outsider the kind of tribal map of Frome, what group types of people there are, how would you explain it?
Well, there are lots of different types. I mean, you have your classic sort of towny types, I guess, but not in the same way as they would be in the east, I think. But I suppose the more local residents have always lived here, and then you have the people who come from other places, I guess from London, moving out into the Somerset countryside. And I suppose COVID has helped that, because a lot of people don't feel like they need to be in London anymore to work, and it's such a nice place to be. So the southwest is opening up to people who wouldn't normally be able to work here. But yeah, in terms of tribes, yeah, and then you have the sort of your classic, I don't like saying it, but the more open types maybe. They're more open to different beliefs and different ideas. And that's what makes Frome so comfortable, really. The fact that anybody's accepted here. Yeah.
Great. Anything else you'd like to add that I haven't asked you about?
About Frome, I think it's a nice place to be. It's quite comfortable. It's quite soft and a soft place to live. As a child to grow up here, you feel quite cosseted from the realities of life. And that's a good thing and a bad thing too. You kind of want a little bit of streetwise to grow up into, but not too much so that it's a problem. But yeah, it's a nice place to be. It's a really nice place to be.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Is your
I
food
think
ready?
it's ready. I'm going to take my child his pad thai, which he's been pining for months. But yeah, best Thai in probably the southwest. Surely, possibly England itself. Thank you very much.